Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot. This is going to be a specific reading for a specific Sagittarius. This might not be for every Sagittarius out there, but it's going to be for somebody, and that's what we're going to aim for, is that somebody, that Sagittarius that resonates with this reading. I have the Tarot of Mystical Moments in my hands. We're going to shuffle just a couple of times, and we're going to be talking about a blockage. We're going to talk about, why do you feel blocked? So again, that might weed out specific Sagittarians that this doesn't resonate for. So if it is your reading, I just invite you to stick around with an open mind. Remember not to make anything fit. If it's not your reading, it's not your reading. But we're going to get started. For the sign of Sagittarius, let's talk about removing the block. If there is a block, let's talk about removing that. First card we want to pull is why, or what does Sagittarius fear? What does Sagittarius fear? I know you're brave, and I know you're fearless, and I know that you don't have many fears, but what do you fear? Seven of Pentacles, patience, taking time to grow something. Right now we have this instant gratification society that we live in, where everything is boom, right at the tip of our fingers. We want groceries. We don't even have to go get them. They're delivered. Seven of Pentacles is being patient, showing that you have fortitude to go the distance. We don't get to sit and eat the apple the minute we plant the seed. It takes a whole lot of time, effort, and energy. So Seven of Pentacles is about being patient overall. This is showing up as what Sagittarius fears. They fear patience. Goodness, I had a spillage. Let me grab these and let me shuffle a little bit better. Sorry about that. So let's talk about why you're stuck. If you feel stuck, if you feel like there's a blockage in a hitch in the giddy up somewhere, let's find out why. Why is whoever this reading is for, whatever Sagittarius this reading applies to, why are they stuck? Queen of Swords. This is about speaking your truth, speaking your mind, sharing with the group what you think about certain things. This Queen of Swords sits on top of the world with their telescope, focusing on details, fixating on facts and figures, and their head is in the clouds because they're thinkers. They contemplate numbers and words and associations, and think of an accountant, think of a CPA, think of a lawyer, think of somebody who has to use their brain on a daily basis, because that's what they're good at. The Queen of Swords is in their head. And this is why you're stuck, because you might be spending too much time in your head, analyzing, over intellectualizing, trying to figure things out and use your telescope and hone in on the problem. But that could be keeping you stuck, because you've got your facts and figures all lined out in front of you. But what about your heart, your emotions? What about your fire, that spark that drives you? At the end of the day, I know you're creative, and I know that you're a passionate human being. So why are you so up in your head? This is analyzation, and it's very verbal communication. It's going how you see the world. You're not afraid to share your opinion with other people. But something about the Queen of Swords is keeping you stuck. Are you speaking too freely? Are you sharing your truth too much? Are you, I don't know, Queen of Swords. Why is that? I'm going to clarify here in a minute. Let's find this last card. How does a Sagittarius need to unblock themselves? How can a Sagittarius unblock themselves? Well, this is very beautiful. This is very fiery for you, Sagittarius. This is to celebrate your wins, to you're victorious. It's almost like at work, you got employee of the month. And this is how you unblock yourself, is you just keep focusing on your passions, your fire, your, getting out of your head and getting into your soul. Wherever that fire lives in you, tap into it like this hummingbird with the flower. It wants the nectar. Your passions and your creativity, that's your nectar. That's like it's your power, it's your juice, it's what keeps you going. That's how you're going to unblock yourself if you've been feeling blocked. At the bottom of the deck is the strength. This is your fire cousin, Leo, and it's major arcana, so it's a big deal because it's the underlying energy of what's going on. The strength card is about taming the beast within. It's the ego. The ego is the lion, and you are this person holding your ego, almost like stroking the fur, saying, it's okay, it's all right, don't worry, you don't have to get all excited, you don't have to bite people's heads off, you don't have to use your fiery energy to prove anything to anybody. You have this gentle, beautiful strength within you, and it comes from being gentle, not from being forceful and roaring at everybody and being a lion. It's taming the beast within, toning down your ego a few notches. So I know, Sagittarius, I know that you have so many beautiful gifts, but the way that we're going to be able to process something that might be blocking you, if anything is to tame the beast within. Let's grab the wild reflections and do a row of clarification over the 3 cards. Let's jump back to 7 of Pentacles. Why is that in the position of what Sagittarius might fear? Patience. Why is the 7 of Pentacles in the position of what Sagittarius might fear? Why? Page of Cups. Because there's a lot of emotions tied into being patient. And there is this very vulnerable side of you. In an effort to be patient and just wait for the right time, it requires you to kind of start from a position of fresh, vulnerable, emotional. It's like an adolescent energy where, should I call them? Should I this? Should I that? It's a lot of questioning yourself and if it's the right time to make the right move, because it all has to do with patience. But you're definitely interested in having this emotional conversation. But what you fear is being patient. And Page of Cups is, I really feel like they're that excited, emotionally excited individual, and they don't want to be patient. So there is just something emotionally driving you right now, but you know that you have to, again, tame the beast. Slow your roll. We're going to be able to talk, just maybe not right now. So it's this fear of like, I'm going to burst in the room and say too much. So be patient. But that's a fear. I want to do it now. I want to act now. Why are you stuck? Why is the Queen of Swords in the position of why Sagittarius is stuck? Being up in your head, thinking too much, being the introverted overthinker. We have the 4 of Swords. And so why you're stuck as the Queen of Swords? Because resting your mind right now is what's called for. This Queen of Swords is showing up in the position why you're stuck. And the 4 of Swords is about, we need to rest our brain. We need to go do something like, maybe you do enjoy fishing, going out on the lake. Maybe you do enjoy nature in and of itself. I always think of Four of Swords like I'm going to just go get into my jammies and get in bed and just watch Netflix. I'm going to tune out everything so that I can take a load off of my mind. I've been in my mind too much. So the way that we can get unstuck from being this Queen of Swords is showing up because we need to give our mind a break. Let's ask about Six of Wands. How do you unblock yourself, Sagittarius, with Six of Wands? Six of Wands is going to be our solution. And so why is the Six of Wands here? Nine of Cups. Because that's your wish fulfillment, is to be recognized and noticed for all of your gifts, for all of your talents, for whatever it is. When you tap into those passions of yours, that's what makes you feel the most alive. And the Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. So in order for you to feel your best, purest, truest self, it's going to be to get out of your head and into your heart and soul and tap into those passions. Remember why you're here. At the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Cups. This is emotional bliss, emotional fulfillment. The Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck, just overshadowing the reading with ultimately the blocks that might be present. I think they're very tiny. And there is this emotional bliss, wish fulfillment shining over the entire reading. So that is very positive. I'm going to grab the Priestess of Light Oracle. Priestess of Light Oracle. And let's do a split and grab for Sagittarius. We have tenderness, true love, compassion, tenderness. You know, it's the opposite of the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords can be sometimes dictated or described as the Ice Queen. So emotionally, not very heightened on the emotional scale, more in their head, more thinking. So definitely what's being called for right now is a sense of tenderness, being truly loving and compassionate. And I love that because we have the Strength card where, you know, she is stroking her ego, stroking the fur, just calm down, relax. And then in this image, it's kissing that beautiful giraffe on the nose, and just, it's beautiful, it's gentle, it's sweet. You know, the most strength that anybody ever has comes from a place of gentle, tender sweetness. That's your message, Sagittarius. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time and your attention. I really appreciate it. I'm on TikTok and YouTube, and your likes, follows, shares, subscribe, all of that really helps. And if you wouldn't mind, also, you can check the box below if you have any interest in personal readings, private readings. You can find that information in the box below. Thank you for being here. Be blessed and be well. Namaste.